Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian with PerfectStockAlert.com, a 100% free service for smart investors and traders. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. Today is Monday, August the 27th, 2012. We're going to be looking at a few different markets out there, but before we get started, I just want to point out we have added some new features to the website at PerfectStockAlert.com. You can go there and check it out for yourself. It's right there. It's the address on all these charts. Also, these charts are always updated and kept every single day available on our website at PerfectStockAlert.com, where you can check them all out if you'd like. The first thing I want to show you is the ARD market. I'm not going to go over everything that we track around the globe there at PerfectStockAlert.com, because we do that on Friday, and so I just did that. So there's no sense in going over and doing all of them again. But I just want to show you something right quick. This little move he had to the upside here, real nice size move. Then you get this shooting star. Typically, that's where you start to short. You see the shooting star formation at the top. You expect a pullback because you've had a major move, blah, blah, blah. That's what I typically do all the time, and I've, pretty much driven you guys insane with that concept. I keep pushing that. Over here, we did the same thing. Move to the top, shooting star formation. You look for a pullback here. That's normal. This case, however, though I saw this, I don't think this is what you want to do here. And I'm sure that's going to throw a lot of people, and a lot of people who are just looking for shooting star formations after a major run to the upside are going to get faked into shorting this market, I believe. And here's some other issues you need to think about. And I'm going to show you some other charts in a minute. In this particular case, looking at Australia's markets, the AORD, you can see that we have pulled back for 2 little days here. Shooting star formation, shooting star formation. Look where your ultimate oscillator is at. It's at 38.84. It gets to 30, you're at the oversold area, and you've not even barely begun to budge to the downside. All right. So what I'm trying to point out here is that you don't have this move coming, a big major pullback, 50% retracement kind of thing. It's just not in the cards here according to the chart. It's not telling you to look for that. It's telling you to look for this to be very shallow and then reverse back in the other direction. So that's an important piece of the puzzle, and knowing that can help you prepare for your trades moving into the week ahead. Alright, here we're looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Average. The same basic story here. We got this big move to the upside here, shooting star formation. I went short. She started to pull back, but then she started hesitating on me. So I said, okay, advance the stops. So we're not going to get a real deep pullback. We're getting a shallow pullback here. And now today, you get a little bit of selling here. Don't get excited about that. If you're still looking for shorts, you're missing something. Typically, I would do the exact same thing. I did the same thing. I saw the shooting star. I said, hey, I'm going to short it, blah, blah, blah. But there's something being missed here, and that is that we are consolidating. This little straight line right there, and price activity, we don't really move anywhere but sideways. Then we got a little bump of the upside, pull back down, a little below it, back to it, and we're moving sideways again. This is just consolidation. Quick look now at the EWJ, the Japan iShares. I would actually cover the short position here and get out of it. This is basically for the same reason I'm already pointing out. You're going to see consolidation, not a major break to the downside here. And I'll end this conversation with the main point here. But the main thing here, we've had this move to the upside here, pull back, move again to the upside. We get a shooting star and we consolidate. We move to the upside here, we get a shooting star. All we're going to do is consolidate. This is what we're seeing on almost every single market that I look at out there. We're seeing more and more consolidation. The only way that's going to change is if the Fed comes out and says, yanks the blanket out from under people and says, yeah, by the way, you're not actually going to get any QE3. If that were to happen, then okay, yes, you could probably see a break to the downside of this consolidation pattern, but I don't think that's going to happen. So just look for consolidation, and then I'll show you how to trade it in a minute. The NASDAQ, same story. Last week we talked about going short, went to the shooting star formation, got a little bit of a weak pullback and said something's not right here, cover the short, and now all you're seeing is more sideways moving activity because we are consolidating. The XOI oil index, same overall story, more consolidation. The SPX, or the S&P 500, which counts for about 70% of the market, is just doing the exact same thing, consolidating. Okay, now regarding how to trade this market, you'll notice that all these charts, I am not actually buying any of them. I'm not buying into them because you don't buy into a consolidation period. A consolidation period can end in a break to the upside, or it can end in a break to the downside. In this case, I'm looking for a break to the upside on some QE something or another, because I don't really believe that the Fed will come out and say, never mind, we're not going to give you any more drugs. That's just not going to happen, because then the U.S. market would start to break down, and then we go back into a deeper recession, and then that would also hurt Europe as well. So they're going to at least make you believe that they're going to do something for you. So that's going to keep this game afloat. That's what I believe, at least. So back to my point, you do not buy on a consolidation period. You buy on the breakout, meaning close above previous resistance, or use short on the breakdown, meaning close below the previous support. So that's an important thing to note. Now, there is a way to trade this market that's moving sideways, but it's not by trading the market averages themselves. It's by trading individual companies that may be in the particular average you're looking at. For example, if the average is doing this, moving sideways, okay, and then you have a particular individual company that is within this average that is doing this, and then it did this, and then it shows a little buy signal, and I would take that simply because it's going to do this and go back to doing what everybody else is doing. So that's why I would trade that way, and that's where I would go look for those. If you've been to our free website at perfectstockalert.com, it's right there. It's 100% free. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. But if you go there, you will find daily stock picks and stock alerts there and trade alerts that you can use. And actually, that's the method I'm using right now. I'm finding stocks that are much more volatile in this kind of pattern going on, and I'm taking advantage of those opportunities to be buyers, expecting them to return to the average of the mean. And that's basically flat consolidation. Please take a moment to review our disclaimer. The information provided herein is our opinion only. Under no circumstances do any statements here represent a recommendation to buy or sell securities or make any kind of an investment. You are responsible for your own due diligence. To summarize, we do not provide investment advice, nor do we make any claims or promises that any information here will lead to a profit, loss, or any other result. These videos are for educational purposes only.